This is Joe Nini here with your favorite podcast for shits and giggles. I'm on a ones and twos with my boy AJ,
Hey, what's up?
my future husband Jarrell,
What's up, baby?
and the best of with the best, the boy Z.
What's your cooking?
Y'all sick of him? Like I'm sick of him?
I'm sick of it.
Right. How everybody doing tonight? What's good with you, baby daddy Jarrell?
Oh, I'm good. Sipping on this Keller Rose from Snoop's Dogs and feeling a little good.
Y'all hear his voice? Ain't it just soothing to your soul?
No, I need to work on a
It's
sex
soothing.
hotline.
I'm telling
thank you
you.
for calling. What
Ooh,
can I do
child.
for you tonight?
Oh.
What are you
Oh.
wearing?
Oh,
Oh, you're wearing nothing?
Hello.
Oh my God, so am I. I don't have on anything on this chart.
You don't have any
yet.
panties on?
You took it right out my
ain't got
mouth.
no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no
You know what,
on
Z?
the dance
I've
floor.
asked
On
so
the
many
dance
people,
floor.
and nobody remembers that song. I can't find nobody that remembers that
Ain't got
song.
no panties on. Ain't
Y'all
got no
like
panties on. Ain't
What?
got no
You used to
panties
come on
on.
BET Uncut?
uncut, yeah. Ooh.
So I'm the only one that don't know that song.
Really?
Joe Nini.
Man,
Oh.
you gotta watch the video. You gotta watch
Now
the video.
you know. Now
I
you
used to
know.
stay
I
up
be
at
down.
night.
I be down with the music, and that right there, I am completely
Listen.
oblivious.
I
I
used to
have
stay
no
up at night,
idea.
She said she oblivious.
I have
Listen,
no
late
idea.
night. Late night. I used to
Mhm.
stay up all night for uncut. Come on. Everybody sleeping. I can put on uncut. Ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no
Look,
panties on the
On the
dance floor.
dance floor.
I can relate to that because I
Go
used
on,
to.
take the panties off. Go on, take the panties off. Go on, take the
Hell
panties
yeah.
off on the dance
On
floor.
the
Look at
dance
Joe Nini.
That's how it go.
That was
Go
probably
ahead,
them
Joe
night.
Nini.
That was probably one of them nights I went to sleep early because baby.
Mhm.
Look, cause during them nights when my body was trying to figure out what it's supposed to do, I used to flip and then hit back when I hear my grandma, and my mama them stirring.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
had that recall button.
I was just gonna
Right.
say that. Who knew how to set the remote so when somebody come you can hit it real.
Exactly.
You used to put it on Cartoon Network, but then switch over to
Right.
like something else.
That's
Mm.
that's the
So
one.
even
Yeah.
if I took the remote and hit back, it wouldn't go back to what you were really looking at.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I
I did
sitting
that
there watching HBO Real Sex.
too. Ooh,
Take
you said
one.
one then.
Them
The
taxi,
the
them taxi
episode.
cab confessions.
Oh
No,
yes, yes.
the taxi cab confession.
I
But
used to
listen,
watch real. I used to watch
um,
real sex though. Real sex. Ooh.
the real
Yes.
sex when they had the strippers.
Yeah.
Oh, the one
Who
with the
remember
males
that
on one
episode?
side and the females on the other. That one.
Yeah,
Yep, I know
yeah,
which one you're talking about. I
that
know it.
one.
HBO and Cinemax.
I remember
After
that.
Dark. No, it was
Mhm.
HBO. It was HBO and Showtime for me. That's when I was trying to figure out what porn and flicks was, and there was nothing but white people on that bitch. And I was
That
like,
was what was it? Red Room Diaries?
that was
Red
one
Room
on.
Diaries? Yep.
Oh
Look,
no,
Red Room
what's the
Diaries.
lady? Jarrell, what's the lady name? The
Who?
older Caucasian lady.
Oh
The one
yes.
that do the sex talk?
Yes,
Yes.
what's her name?
I don't know, but I know exactly
Somebody
who you
Google
talking
her.
about.
What
We
is
about to
her
Google her
name?
right now, cause she
She
We
tell
just
you
said her
about
the
the
other day.
dildo. She tell you about all the toys. She tell you about
How to
all
do it.
how to give head and all this shit.
fellatio,
Mhm.
cunnilingus.
Tell you
what
everything
is that?
you
Her
need to know.
is that her name or that's what they called it? Connie
You
what?
know what? You don't know what cunnilingus is?
What the fuck that is?
That is
It's
okay. So
called
fellatio is
Sex
what?
Talk with Sue Johansson.
Sue.
Oh
So what
yeah.
is fellatio?
What is Condor
Cause
Heaton? What you just said?
Fellatio is giving
Fellatio?
head to
That's
a
giving
man.
head.
yeah, that's sucking dick. Yeah,
So cunnilingus is what?
that's
For the
sucking my
women?
pussy.
That's
Sucking on the clit.
eating the
Oh,
vagina.
I've never known that. I didn't know
What
that.
is it called?
Cunnilingus.
See, now I'm gonna be stupid because I'm gonna be on the phone, but like,
Y'all ain't know that? Jarrell,
no,
you knew that.
Cunnilingus?
no.
That part I
Yeah.
didn't know. I knew about the fellatio, but not the cunnilingus. No.
See,
Oh my God.
we didn't know about that.
You was fast in the ass.
Oh,
Yeah, he was.
Look at him clutching his pearls. Oh my god.
me?
He was watching too much real
Jarrell,
sex.
Google that real quick. Cunnilingus.
Yeah, Google
Nigga, I
that
don't even
before
know how
we
to
get
spell
started.
it. Spell it.
Cunn lingus. Cheers.
Thank
Z,
you.
cheers. We finna do a shot.
And you spelled it wrong. It's CUNNILINGUS.
That's all I said was CUNN. And then I said lingus.
It
So
is
give us the definition.
the act of stimulating a woman's sexual organs with the mouth for sexual pleasure. That's what it means.
With the mouth.
Ooh,
I'm mad you knew.
Y'all don't-
I didn't know that.
Learn a new word. Cheers to that. Cheers
I
to
didn't know. I
Canadian.
That
didn't know
is
that.
from the Britannica Dictionary.
ooh, I ain't
Cheers to
gonna lie, that just resonated in my spirit. You give that. Mm-mm.
Fellatio, cunnilingus. Cunnilingus is when you eat the vagina. Fellatio is the male. Now
I'ma
you
give-
learn.
Everybody
I'm gonna be-
listening, we want y'all to go on Instagram, YouTube, whatever, and let us know if you knew what cunnilingus was. And if you knew, because some of y'all motherfuckers be lying, if you knew, when did you find out about it? Because
have you
know
ever had
motherfuckers
it
be
done?
lying.
And while you're there, follow, subscribe, hit that button, make it do
For
what
shits
it
and
do.
giggles.
And everybody give their own individuals.
Jarrell, what is the email that they can contact us if they have any questions, comments, or concerns?
It's the number 4
Mhm.
shits SHYTZ period giggles GIGGLEZ at gmail.com. I should do voiceovers.
You better know it.
You should.
You know, it wouldn't be a problem because, baby, I done heard some, and I'm just like,
Mm.
right, that's it. I don't even want to know what the content is no more because it just ain't it.
Jarrell, he give me very much so Girl 6. Y'all remember that movie?
No.
Y'all gonna have to excuse me for I gotta take a bite of this food because I haven't eaten today, y'all.
What's that? Oh, that's your what's that?
My stew.
It's
beef stew.
leftovers. It's
No,
leftovers.
I just cooked it tonight.
What is Girl 6?
I seasoned this.
Y'all
just
ain't
right.
never. Y'all. Oh my God. Y'all ain't never
What?
seen the movie Girl 6.
No.
Mm-mm.
Joe
Girl
Nini,
Six.
you've never
That
seen
sounds
the movie
that sounds
Girl
familiar.
I don't know. That sound
Girl
like some white
6 or
shit.
sex?
6. The number 6. Girl 6. Well,
Oh, I thought you said sex.
That's what I
no,
thought
Girl
you said.
6. The
I
number
still,
6.
I still don't know what it is.
Okay, well,
Oh, the
we're gonna
Spike
keep
Lee
it with
movie.
it.
Yeah, it's a
And
Spike
she was
Lee
a
movie.
call girl. She
Mhm.
would get on the phone and be like, yes.
So for
I'm so
those,
for you. Oh my God, my pussy pops severely. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
No, we definitely heard that.
It was a movie though. It was y'all
Yes.
seen it. Y'all
It
just
was-
don't know that you've seen it.
yes, it's called Girl 6. It was directed by Spike Lee. It was written by Susan Laurie.
Did you
Parks.
just look that up?
It stars.
He
it's
did.
Harissa-
He's
Hell
reading it
yeah.
now.
You think I'm gonna
Right,
know
'cause
all
I'm
this
like-
shit off gate?
Read it,
Teresa
Jarrell. Go
Randall.
ahead.
It
Keep
stars
going.
Teresa Randall, Isaiah Washington, and Spike Lee is also in the movie. It's about an inspiring actress disappointed by her treatment in the movie industry and turns to phone sex to make.
But you didn't know that person.
Girl 6.
No, you think I knew all that shit? Hell no, I looked that up.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't know this shit.
No, I didn't
I
know all
seen
of that. I've seen the movie, but it was years ago when I saw it.
It
but-
is an old movie, so I believe all of us seen it. You just didn't know that's what it was.
Probably.
Let me
Because
see.
once I looked it up and saw it, I was like, yeah, I seen that.
Probably.
And the lady that stars in that, she done played in a couple of things, you know.
He has. I'm looking at it now. You know what she remind me of? Well, I'm
Hmm.
looking at her with his little headset in. It's one part where she got a short haircut because I'm looking at the images.
Yes.
And she got a hair. She don't look like a pug to you.
The puppy, the
I
dog.
wasn't
Yes.
expecting that, but okay. Okay. I wasn't expecting for you to say that.
I
But
wasn't either. That caught me off guard.
okay.
I thought
Petty.
you-
Petty.
He really
the
did
cover,
like that.
She looks like what the
Well,
hell
I'm
is
using
that
my
girl?
phone, so I can't look
Banks?
at. I can't look it up. I'm looking.
It's
We'll look it up, Alpha.
It's okay after. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna move forward before we get too
Lost
astray
in the
on
sauce.
it, too lost in the sauce. All right, so this evening, what I'm gonna bring to the table is the beauty standards within the African American community, amongst us women. It irks me because look, even when I was younger, I was always the plus size girl. You get what I'm saying? And by plus size, when I was younger, I'm talking about, bitch, I had a 29-inch waist because I was doing aerobics and late weight training and lifting weights and stuff like that, due to me being on a doing shot put and discus in sports. This is me speaking on high school. But even so, I always had the big thighs and I always had broad shoulders. And this is when skinny was in. I was a size 12, but that was in the plus size section. You get what I'm saying? And that's when everyone was idolizing these hoes that was size 4s and size 5s. And I used to turn hoes likely, not disrespecting women, but more or less, fuck y'all hoes. Y'all get what I'm saying. Anyways, so with that furthermore being said, it's just like then as time progressed, it's like, plus size, became, a little more favorable and everything. But let's just be clear, it never stopped nothing over here, okay? It ain't never stopped nothing. If anything, me having children has added to it, okay?
Okay.
And Dr. Miami, if you ever want to use me to promo, I'm available. You too, Dr. Curve. Okay. So with that but with that being said, or whatever the case, it's just like it annoys me when I'm gonna say this, when I go shopping, at least shopping online, it'd be like, oh, plus size. Okay, plus size 22. This whole stomach flat. Bitch, I ain't never see a bitch of size 22 with a flat stomach. Never. And then when I look at the to verify your size, you get what I'm saying? It'd be like, oh, a 38. Bitch, where? Oh, my 22 ain't no 38. Okay. You talk, that's like, baby, that's like me when I was like a size 18, 16, baby. You gotta put a little more inches around that waist. This food pot is real. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's okay though. It's a nice little pillow when you eat the cat. When you eat the cat, it'll be right there on your forehead. It's right there. Because that's another thing. We should talk about this too. Having sex and everything or whatever. Because people be
It
like,
ain't stopping nothing.
It ain't stopping nothing. But people be
At
like,
all.
oh, it's a pillow for when you eat the cat. Bitch, how you gonna get that motherfucker a crook in their neck, baby? Because the way this food pot set up, baby, I'ma hold it for you. And look, one hand gonna hold it, the other hand gonna guide your head, baby. That's okay. You ain't got no excuses, not a bunch on this TV, okay?
And if they doing it wrong, let it go. Let them slap the fuck out of them.
Exactly. Look, I'll drop it like this. Bam, get your shit together. Bam, get your shit together.
I do want to do a shout out though. Can I do a shout out?
Yeah, you can do a shout out.
Yeah. I want to do a shout out to Yeti, motherfucking Lizzo, plus size brand, baby.
Yes.
It's lit and it's for all shapes. Now that hoe ain't pay me to say this. Now I wouldn't say that. I'm just saying I see it and I like it. I like that there's something out there for all shapes and sizes. Like it ain't like you said. They'll have a brand out talking about it's supposed to be for plus size bitches and stuff, but you got a bitch with a flat ass stomach, waist this big, and then hips and everything. That ain't it don't come out like that, all the time.
They also need sexier clothes for bigger women. They got to stop thinking that just because you skinny that they're the only ones that can be sexy. Like big women like to look sexy
true.
too. So
You know what?
give them the same options.
Monique said a big woman will take your man so fast,
Real quick.
Roll back in your head.
Look, I'm not even gonna say that or whatever because with the sexier clothing, there's some boutiques now that are on Instagram, especially here in South Florida. Not even always in South, but these hoes, they are killing the game when they come down for giving us clothing or whatever that's that accentuates our weight, accentuate our waist and flatters us. What I don't care for is, bitch, if I go to Ross and this bitch got this old curtain and they don't make the curtain into a shirt. You ever smell like some floral perfume and you just like, they doing too much. That's what the shirt look like. You know how the face you make when you smell a candle and it smell like them flowers and not in a good way. That's what these shirts look like when they like the loose arm, like it's just nothing. It's nothing flattering. But back on the range or whatever, it irks me within the African American community, these standards, you know, like we said, oh, light or dark. If you dark, or not even darker, but brown skin, they want the even tone. Men
Mm,
get on my nerve because within the black community, they want a natural woman. This bitch got a whole full beat. What you mean a natural woman? Her face
child.
is, you get what I'm saying? Or they want a natural
Yes.
woman, or they want an African American woman, but yet you'll be like, oh, I've heard where like, oh, black men, oh, they want a woman with bigger breasts. No, appreciate this small petite woman for who she is. Appreciate this plus size woman, black woman for who
Yes.
she is. We
And
Without the
don't
that
need
surgery and all
we
that
don't
stuff.
need body modifications to be beautiful. We are the standard.
exactly.
Okay,
And I
they
think
are trying to
Jarrell,
imitate. Hmm.
I think I'm sorry, Johnny,
No,
but I
go ahead.
think Jarrell spoke about this one time before, where like if you look at the women of the '90s, the Tony Braxtons and
Yes.
Robin Givens,
Aaliyah,
ain't
Yes.
none of
Robin
them
Givens.
have no big ass breasts and stuff. They had their natural form, and it was sexy as shit.
I gotta
And
throw
they didn't show
Aaliyah
much
in
skin.
there. I gotta throw
Yes, I said
Aaliyah in
Aaliyah.
there.
I had to throw Aaliyah
Aaliyah,
in there. I did.
Hmm. Hmm.
Aaliyah, they were, and it
Who
was
that?
sexy. Aaliyah,
Aaliyah. I
the
had to
Tony
throw Aaliyah. No,
Braxton,
let me
your
see
motherfucking
Aaliyah.
Robin Givens, your Neil Longs, all of those.
And they were
They
sexy
ain't gonna
without
let them
showing
go
much
express.
skin.
And
Yeah,
you
and it was sexy.
and you know
And
It's
what?
honestly. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
Because I was gonna say it's honestly because we. I'm gonna put myself in there too. Z, AJ, I'm gonna put y'all in there too. We as black men, we have adopted the standard of white men. We think like white men. It's like and what they think a woman should look like, because what they look at is their white women with the long hair, the long flowy dog like hair.
oh,
Go, just
listen,
keep
hold on.
going.
I'm
Keep
just
going.
talking shit.
I'm gonna
But
Keep
keep going.
going.
and the petite and all this shit, back in the day when they used to wear corsets and
Mm.
honestly, I remember it was a time like in way back when I think those dresses that the white women used to wear with the puff in the back that make their
Hmm.
ass look big. I
Yeah.
think the bigger it was, it kind of showed a sense of status. So
Yeah.
over the years, we as black men, being that black women to the white man weren't the standard, we kind of put that standard on black women, and it's unfair because it's
Right.
like, why were you putting it on black women when technically the reason the white women are the way that they are is because of the black women. They look at them as the competition, and they're the only
Yep,
ones that they look at as the fucking competition. Because
That
yep,
think
is a
about it.
big one. That's a big
yep,
one.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
That is a big one. That is they, and it's kind of like a what is the word I'm looking for? It's like
Double standard.
a double standard. Double standard is a good word, but I'm
Devastating.
looking for something else. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna find it. It's in the air. I'm gonna find that word. But it's like they want to be, but then they don't want to be. They try to shun it. They feel like it's threatening and it's too much. And like I'm gonna give you an example. Serena Williams. They feel like her curves are too masculine. It's just
Yes.
too. But then you see women like Kim Kardashian and the rest of them going and blowing their lips up, blowing their assholes up, and blowing their titties up, trying to get the curves of the black woman.
Yes,
So
Serena.
where
Yes.
does that balance? How
And
do
it's
you
crazy because they feel like Serena
like
is
you
too
damn if you
masculine
do,
looking.
you damn if you don't.
Right. They feel like Serena is too masculine looking, but y'all W I mean YT hoes trying to be like y'all trying to have bodies like Serena.
They're getting all this surgery, and it's sad because black women are starting to do the same thing. And it's like you're trying to get to a standard that you already are presenting.
It's like a
You know what I'm
reverse.
saying?
You know what? To speak on what Jarrell said, when black women are now getting these body modifications, it I blame black men or whatever.
Yes.
Because I blame our men because
Yes.
they aren't telling us African American
That way
like
you're beautiful.
you're beautiful, you
You're
are
beautiful.
enough. You, like I
Hmm.
said, we are the standard. So why should we alter our bodies? You should be, it's like you said in another mod of another podcast that we had did. um speak life. You say speak life into your children, AJ. It's speak life. Praise your women. Let us know that hey, we are good enough. Granted, and I feel as if sometimes it starts with as a, having fathers. You
Mm,
get what I'm saying? Our
Mm-hmm.
fathers seeing what's being done to our mothers, or our fathers not speaking life into their daughters.
breaking the
Hey, you're
chain,
beautiful.
breaking the chain
You're
again.
beautiful. You're enough. And if some fuck N word don't see that, fuck them and go about your business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
And
And
saying?
in fact,
Because
we're not enough.
let me tell you, my nieces, they are beautiful and they range in different shades. You hear me? My nieces can't no man tell them shit, okay? About what they look like and how they look. My niece will be like, "Oh, nigga used to call them down. Oh, you're beautiful." They're like, "I know."
and
Right.
they're
And they be
supposed to be
like,
like
what?
that.
They be like, oh, exactly. I had my niece was telling me about an occasion where some guy had came to her and she asked him, "What's your credit score?" And he was like, "Damn, you asking that already?" She said,
Yeah.
she was like, "I gotta know if you even worth conversing with." But after
Hmm.
she did all of that, she was like, "Oh, you stuck up bitch, you this and you that."
Now you
Why is
stuck up.
why she stuck up?
And that's the
Why you
thing.
have to disrespect her and call her out of her name?
Hmm.
Right.
Jarrell, what you was saying?
Right. But you know what?
Go ahead.
Did he freeze?
No, no, no. I when they say you.
Yeah,
No,
because he was getting ready to say something.
yeah, but
Me?
when
I
he
wasn't. No,
said
I wasn't.
Jarrell, go
I was
ahead.
just
I
agreeing.
stopped.
No, I was just agreeing with
Oh,
Jonini. I wasn't about to say nothing.
okay. But I was about to say it goes hand in hand with the men. Like women body shame men,
This ain't
and it's
nope,
like
nope. Hold on, Z. Hold on, Z. Hold on,
they
Z.
do,
The
they do.
reason I'm stopping you is because it seems that every time black women speak about their issues, we as black men tend to turn it back on us. So
No, that's
that's
not
the
what I'm
only
saying.
reason I know that, but that's why I want to stop. I don't want to change the subject into black men. I don't want to include us in this conversation because
Okay,
No,
I get what
I didn't say black men. I said men in general. I didn't say black men. I said women
no,
body shame men.
I get what you're saying though. I get
yeah,
what Jarrell is saying. I get
Right,
it.
but I'm saying I didn't say black men. I was saying men in general. Women body shame men too, especially when it comes to you got to be well endowed. You have to be hung. That they do.
It's
They
this
do.
it's the same thing with men, and men have made songs about it. Oh, 38, 24, 36. You get what
Right,
I'm
but that's
saying?
what I'm
Like,
saying. That's what I'm saying. It goes hand in hand.
but
but that's why I was stopping it because
Yeah,
like I
that's what he was
said,
trying to say.
that's what I was
He was
saying.
saying
Every
that
time,
yes, that's the factor. But right now we're
but
talking
right
about
now, it seems
what
like
black
every
women
time
go
black
through.
women speak on their feelings and what they experience, it seems that as black men,
try to
we
flip
tend
it.
to be flipping, like, well, y'all do this to us, and you do, and it's just like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just listen to what they're saying
Yeah.
and kind of
And not
empathize with
saying
what
what
they're
you're
saying.
saying is invalid. He's
Yeah,
just
I'm not
saying
trying
that
to
right now we're focusing on
on the black
the
women.
pandemic, 'cause this is the pandemic of the black woman.
That's it.
Yeah,
And it's frustrating because, like I said, like me being a plus size woman, it ain't stopped nothing. You get what I'm saying? It stops absolutely nothing. Cellulite, check. Stretch marks, where, bitch? Check, 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 or whatever. My breasts sad, but they're good for a plus. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Check. I got a gut with a butt. Check. You get what I'm saying? So it just irritates me or whatever because I consider myself a catch or whatever. And it's just like men, I guess, men are entitled to standards. You get what I'm saying? You're entitled to like what you like. Ain't nobody knocking that. Love what you love, like
Let's
what you like.
rephrase it. It's not standard. Is
Preferences,
everybody is entitled
preferences,
to their
preferences.
preference.
There we go.
So,
You're
yeah.
entitled to have your preference and everything, but don't bash me because I'm not your preference.
Preference.
yeah,
Okay, that's good.
yeah.
Right.
Because you may try to downplay me, but you're not telling me nothing. Oh, you fat bitch. Bitch, I know I'm fat. What's up? Your mama fat, your grandma fat, your auntie fat, your sister fat
Girl,
too.
Yeah. And that's why
girl.
we do
You
have
get
to
what I'm saying? Because my mouth cuts. You get what I'm saying? So now after I be, fat bitch, your mama fat bitch. She a fat bitch because she pushed you out. And I'm not doing it because, oh, my feelings are hurt. I'm doing it because at this point now you want to try and cut, bitch, I am going to cut.
Exactly.
Right.
I am about to hurt your soul, okay? And in me hurting your soul, the one thing you can't talk about a man is what his mama.
His what?
His mama.
I'm talking about how she
And
said it.
see,
His
that's the
mama.
thing that confuses me too, is when black men get with some, I'm not even gonna say white women, when they get with someone outside of their race,
Their race.
and
Mhm.
they make that one, they make the woman that they're with feel comfortable enough to disrespect black women. And it's like,
Right.
bitch, how can you
Mm.
even do that when your mama is black, your grandmother's black, your aunt is black? So it's just like when she's saying what she's saying, make sure you include your mama, your aunt, your sister, your cousins, and everybody and everything that she's saying.
And
Because mhm,
But it's
and I'm about to
Go
say
ahead. Go ahead.
the audacity of you to make her feel superior. And so when she do
Mhm.
have a child, she's gonna have a little mulatto baby. And
right.
what?
It's make
Be-
it's his insecurities and him trying to validate her, make her feel validated.
yeah.
right. And
And
you're not. You're, to me, honestly, to and this is not targeted to any African American man. This is honestly my opinion. I feel like our African American men are kings. I don't care, straight, gay, whatever. Baby, you a king, period. You get what I'm saying? And I feel as if you go to a woman of another race, palm color,
Mhm.
I feel like you below. You have now taken your crown off and you're like, I'm gonna put it over here until further notice, until I wake up. Because now you sleep. Because for whatever reason, you took it upon yourself to just get away from
Okay, no wait. Let's explore that. Let's talk about it. So because I do feel like there's a yin and a yang to all things.
yes,
You know, I got to play devil's advocate.
I support it.
There is a yin and a yang to all things. So I don't necessarily feel like all black men that feel like they want to date or explore outside of the race is wrong.
Hmm.
However, like Jarrell was saying, I do feel like when you get into the realm of now you feeling like you're superior or you have this is your claim to fame or this is your claim to a certain status or you allowing this woman or this man to now belittle your race. Now we getting into some fucked up, some sticky stuff.
Right.
and it's
So
sad
it's a
that we're
balance.
honestly the only ones that do that. We're the only race that do that on this planet.
We do. Okay, let's go. Now we can go into that. We are
Because
the only race that does that. Because I ain't never seen no Chinese person be like, oh, I'm dating a black person. Oh, fuck the Chinese. I ain't never
Right.
seen.
If anything, you got that Chinese person parent saying, no, you don't date outside your race.
it, that's true though. That's just
That's
like,
very true. That's
You
mm-hmm,
very
have
true.
to look, you have Hispanic
No,
people
Nene, I
saying
got
no.
what you were saying. I just had to bring it to a point because I ain't want nobody to misconstrue what was going on. So I got what you were saying though when you were saying what you were saying.
and I think the reason you feel that way, this is just my opinion, I can't speak for you, Jonini, is because when you know the history of what white women have done to black men, it's like, how can you
Why?
go to that? You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't
Why
want to
you
say it
still
like that. I
want
ain't trying to be
to?
disrespectful, but it's like, okay, you got, and they actually still do it. They'll cry rape for no reason. They'll say that you beat them when you haven't, and it's like those white woman tears are the one of the
Them
most
white woman
dangerous
tears,
tears.
ooh,
What?
Man, that's the most dangerous thing on this
the
motherfucking planet.
motherfucker's
That's
dangerous.
it sure is, because those white woman tears bring that white man out. And next thing you know, we had people being hung, we had people being burned, we had town. It's crazy to
All the
know
white
that
woman
towns
tears.
have been burned down over
Yeah,
white woman's tears. And
and
Yeah.
I
it's like,
think
so why can you go to that? It's like you would think, knowing the history, that for black men, that would be like, okay, I don't want to go over there. I want to stay over here with my black woman, my black queen, my,
mhm.
over here. So it's
I
like,
want to stay with someone that understand my struggle.
yeah,
You get what
Yeah.
I'm
exactly.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the
Exactly.
same time, you can't limit yourself.
You
It's
it's
a
nothing wrong with
balance.
that. There's nothing
It's a
wrong with that,
balance.
but it does turn a side eye at the same time, because at the same time, when you're black and you're dating someone that is white, you kind of have to be like, okay, are you dating me because you like me, or
So is
which
it a
let me
fetish?
let me
Is it a
flip this
fetish or
again.
what's going on?
Yeah, which let
But
me
go ahead.
I was gonna
Go ahead,
flip this
T.
real quick because it's just like when black men up are downplaying black women's beauty to uplift white women's beauty. It's like, okay, are you with this white woman because you like her, or are you with this white woman because she's not a black woman? You get what I'm
You
saying?
have some kind of type of internal thing going on.
Right.
But
Yeah.
What
that's
is
how fucked up.
going on?
That's how fucked up the society is, because like some people like shouldn't have to explain why they're with this person. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
people expect them to. You got to
Mhm.
explain to me, why you, bitch. I don't got to explain. Fuck them too. This is what I like. But
Right. Yeah. But when you start doing certain things and start acting a certain way, or like
Right.
what we're talking about, we're not talking about you being in your own little bubble. You know, you
no,
got
I
your
didn't say that.
no. I'm clarifying. I'm just bringing a point. I'm clarifying. We're not talking about the ones that they're in their relationship, they're happily or whatever. But when you start doing posts or saying remarks or saying things like, "Oh, that's why I don't date black women,"
Right.
or that's
They
why
they're too
that's why I
ghetto.
like
They're too hood. They're too
right.
angry.
They're too urban.
Right.
Yes,
But
yes.
then you get with a
Too
white bitch
urban.
that acts just like the person that you trying to
They're
get
too
away
urban.
from.
All worse.
Then that's where the
All
problem
worse.
comes. So to bring it to a point, it's not about a black man, dating or trying to find love or relationships outside of his race. It's what do you do with that? What are the messages that you're saying outside of that? What are you
Right.
conveying outside of that? Is
Right.
there an internal thing going on outside of that? So it's factors that go around that. It's we
Absolutely.
are pro love here at For Shits and Giggles. We are pro whoever the fuck you want to be with. We
But
very
that's
much
what I'm
so
saying.
believe that.
But that's what I'm
Just
saying.
leave the disrespect.
Some people may feel like, okay, I shouldn't have to explain why I'm with this particular person. Like I love this
They
person.
don't.
But that's what I'm saying. But we as a society, we also look for that. But you got to explain to me why you this, why you that. You know what I'm saying? We want that explanation, and we're like, we beat them down like, oh, bitch, he with her because da, 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 or she with him because da da da.
I
Instead
get
of
what you're saying.
let them
I get
live
what
their
you're
life.
saying. Me personally, I don't give a fuck who somebody with, but if I hear you or you on social media saying that this is why I don't date black women or something,
Right,
that's where the
Yeah.
problem is.
right. If they give us a reason to
Yeah.
ask those questions, then they explore. But if they don't give us a reason, they don't bother them. Leave it alone. Let them do that.
I
But
agree
it
with that.
seems like lately there have been a lot of black men that have been coming out saying shit about black women, especially on
Yeah.
TikTok. I can't speak on
Yes.
Instagram, but especially on TikTok. And it's like, what the fuck is your reasoning? Like, what? Like they're not doing anything. 100% of the time, black women really do mind their own fucking business.
Right.
And when black women say something, it's in retaliation to what is being said or done to them. So it's like, leave them the fuck alone. Okay, you dating a white woman, cool. You dating a Spanish woman, cool. Date your woman. Be happy. Go on about your business, but leave black women
Response.
out of that
It's in
conversation.
response to what you said. Like, listen, I don't fuck with nobody. I just be chilling. You get what I'm saying?
That's true. That's
Because
true.
because what you eat don't make me shit.
At
At all.
all.
You get what I'm saying? So when you come at me, a black woman, and then you all automatically have something negative to say, baby, you don't want this pressure. Leave
Mhm.
me and my fat
And
ass
then that's the
alone.
sad part because then now you're labeled as a angry black woman.
Very
What
When
goes
black
to my
woman.
story?
when all you're doing is standing up for yourself, which any other human would do.
Yep.
Which
Any
goes into my story?
other race would stand up for themselves. But when you do it, now you're an angry black woman.
Yep.
Which goes into my story when it says black people are sharing the rules they
Yes.
follow that most white people don't even know about.
Okay,
Okay, and
hold on. Z, before you get into that, hashtag Black Girl Magic. Hashtag Black Girl Magic. Okay, go ahead.
and it was. I'm glad you said it because one of them was I was taught to be an overachiever. No, because no one expects a person of color to be smart or be well spoken. I'm not expected to have a voice.
I feel like we just got the word from the preacher.
Yes. And when I do have a voice, you're shocked because I do have a voice.
So he's saying what he's saying is what are some of the unspoken rules that Black people have to, like, just going on our normal life, nobody else have to deal with these types of things. What are the unspoken rules as a Black person that we have to go through?
And these are stuff that our parents have taught us, because this is what they know, and we have to abide by this, because at the end of the day, if we don't follow this, we may be looked at differently from the other color.
You're talking about Black people as a whole or Black women?
Black people as a whole. One of them I can say is, like, when you go into a store or anything, don't have your hands in your pocket or whatever, because you could be looked at as if you're stealing, you may have a weapon or whatever. We all know that as a Black person, but I mean, it's so natural to us, sadly, but it's just something we know not to do. Don't go into a store with your hands in your damn pocket, because they either gonna think you're stealing or think you have a weapon or whatever. So that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and then what we just said, that was one of the rules. It says no matter how angry you get, you have to try to remain calm, because if you raise your voice just a little bit, you are now labeled as an angry Black person.
Look at you.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just looking at you the way you reading it. I feel like we in church and you read from the Bible. No, Z.
Oh, Z. Because he's looking down at his notes.
Yes. Yeah. But it's what we just literally spoke about. Like, we've been taught to remain calm no matter how angry we get with the.
Are you gonna be labeled as the angry Black woman?
Or we raise the voice just a little bit, now we're labeled as the angry Black person. Like, oh my God, he attacked me. She attacked me. Because we raise our voice a little bit. You raise your voice, you threaten us. So now we get a little hype. Now we are labeled as angry Black person.
Look, as a Black woman, I can't raise my voice. I can't roll whatever little neck I got left. I can't talk with my hands. I can't do none of that, because not only am I an angry Black woman, I have now been turned into a ghetto angry Black woman.
Aggressive.
Or aggressive.
Aggressive.
I have been called confrontational and all that,
Also, Black men have to work twice as hard to get ahead, and Black women have to work 3 times as hard, being that they're at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
So that's another unspoken rule. A lot of people don't know.
That's an unspoken rule.
So
and it's crazy that we have to go.
Let me see.
We also, when we get pulled over, we have to have
Keep
our
your
hands on
steering,
3 and 9.
Already have your ID, your license stuff already ready, because if you read, you very much so could get shot the fuck out of.
Baby, I ain't moving, sir.
As soon as the lights come up, I just got pulled over. Was it yesterday or the day before? Day before yesterday, coming home from work, I got pulled over. I immediately called Z and I said, I'm getting pulled over. The lights is on. Soon as the lights came on, I immediately got my ID. Before I even pulled over to the median in park, I already had my license out. I had the registration, all that shit, because I don't want to be caught trying to reach for some shit and get shot.
Yeah. And even if you're not getting pulled over, if you just in the presence of police officer, make sure your hands are always present. There was a situation years ago when D and I first moved to DC. He went to go get something to eat, and he was in my car, and he came back, and he was parked. The car was parked, but for some reason the police pulled up behind him. So even though I'm sitting in the living room, I see the lights flashing through the windows, and he called me, and he was just like, look, my ID, I just remembered I forgot it. He said, I need you to bring it outside and give it to the officer. So I'm in some pajama pants and a tank top. That's literally all I have on, and his ID in my hand. So the police are parked across the street. I'm on the sidewalk. And he was just like, look, the police behind me, go give them my ID. So I got the police officer's attention first, and I was like, hey. And he flashed the light on me from his car, and I held my hands up, like this, and I had the ID in my right hand. And I was like, I have his ID that he wants me to give to you. The officer in the driver's seat gestured for me to come over. He's Black. And then there was a white cop that was in the passenger seat who I didn't see because he had the light on me. So I'm walking over slowly. And then when I go to hand him the damn ID card, the officer in the passenger seat pulled out his gun. And I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Shoot over your partner to get to me? Like, is it that fucking serious? It's an ID. I got an ID in my hand, and your partner is sitting next to you and gestured for me to come over. You didn't see that shit?
You ain't hear it.
Yeah, like
Right.
what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, calm the fuck down. You bitch.
And what does the African American officer do in that situation? Does
That's
he
the
speak
thing. He
up
didn't.
or does he sit the fuck still and don't say nothing?
He didn't
But
say
you,
anything. That's
Because
the
but you know,
that's the
He's not
problem.
going to say nothing because at the end of the day, what's going to happen? This is your partner. You are both of y'all in uniform.
that's what
He's
I
not
was
going
about to say. That's what
They
I was
are
about to say. Like we were taught, even in corrections, that
yes.
in orientation. I don't know if you remember AJ. What was his name who did our orientation? He ended up getting fired. He was tall. He had a big booty. He was a player around the
I don't know.
compound.
We're not gonna say names on the
Yeah,
podcast.
but you remember who I'm talking about, right? He
Kind
was
of sort.
I remember them, but I ain't gonna say it. But I don't know if you remember in orientation, he was like, you're going to have to choose at some point between the person you're working with and what's right. Because his thing was that, when you come to work, that's your brother, that's your sister. You get what I'm
And
saying?
I get
You
that to a
gotta have,
certain extent.
I get it, but it just like it kind of fucks with you morally.
right.
Because you
Mhm.
have some kind of moral standard that you go by, and then to be put up in a situation, you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck do I
Oh,
do
shit.
with this?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And we can have a whole conversation on that training too. I'm gonna just touch on it real quick because yeah, stick by your brother, your sister in your career because at the end of the day, we all trying to go home.
Right,
However, that does not mean that you have to go with the fuck shit.
But
right,
you can't tell them that at the time. You know,
No,
it's just
no. What I'm saying is that's what the training should be.
right,
It,
right.
stick by each other for the sake of coming home together, but also that don't mean that you have to go with the fuck shit if this
right.
person is committing a crime or doing something wrong, and that's where the lines get blurred. But
But
we're
that's
not
what we
going down there
also.
because that's a whole nother.
But
Subject, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We can all we all three of us can look at it both sides.
when he says
Yeah.
all three of them, he means AJ, Z, and Joe Nini. I'm the only one that Jarrell is not within the correctional field.
Background, but
Law enforcement,
but
Law
law
enforcement.
enforcement. But you were in the
have
military though,
you have military background, and it's the same thing with the military.
right?
They stick by
This thing, yeah,
Exactly. No
whether it's
man left
good, bad, or
behind.
indifferent.
But the
yep.
only time we really dealing with the public like that is when we're overseas.
Yeah.
So we're not dealing with the public like y'all are on
Yeah.
a day-to-day basis.
But
So that's
it's
why
the it's
that's the only kind of difference when it comes to that. But it
yeah.
still applies
But the
because
principle still is there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
But back to what we were saying.
yeah.
Which quick question. So okay, it's not really a question. It kind of is. It's more like a how can I put it? A thoughts. Because it's like when you are in corrections, and let's say you are a white officer, male or female, and you
Mm-hmm.
shoot someone that is black, that's unarmed or whatnot, and you're dating or married to someone that's black. I wonder the conversations they have when they go home because that can't be easy. Like you just shot someone that looks like your significant
Not
other or
me.
your children,
I
and
can't speak on that.
now
I
you
don't
got to
know.
go home to that. Like that, I would love to like just sit, be a fly on the wall, and just hear that
But it's not even
conversation.
corrections. That's law, more so like police officers, deputies.
That's what I'm talking about. Like what y'all were saying kind of made me think about that. That and
Yeah, he
plus the
was saying
last
in a
conversation that
scenario.
yeah
Yeah, I can't speak
between.
on that 'cause I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
Mhm.
don't know.
Oh, I know y'all
The
don't know.
world me.
It's just a thought, based on what
Yeah,
we were speaking about
it would be
before
an
and what we're speaking
interesting
about now.
conversation. Maybe
Right.
the black person or the black spouse in that situation wouldn't say anything. You just never know.
Yeah, because it's just like, do you stick by your significant
Do you
other all
speak
the way
up?
to the end?
What
Do you say
I'm saying here?
something?
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
if
do they
you are
realize that it's just, or do they realize, okay, this is your job, your career? I kind of understand.
Hmm.
It's
yeah,
weird, you
if
know.
you are
I
within
think
that
as a spouse.
situation, contact us, please. We would love to speak to you. Just to
I would think in that situation as a spouse that they would be like, well, what was the circumstances to which
Right.
you shot this individual? And if it don't make sense, call that bullshit out. That's it. So now that
Right.
person has the choice to make. Like, do you stay with this person that you love that potentially may be racist, or and is it true that they really did love you, or was it like a slave master type thing, and they view themselves as superior? You get what I'm saying? Like when I
Mm,
say slave master, I think about how people was like, oh, back then, they had sex with their slaves and everything, da 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 da. Okay, to me, that's fetishizing. That's not necessarily saying, oh, you know, oh, I like this person. No, it's a
I can
fetish.
say something, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But how
okay.
many people? How
I
many
Like,
can
people?
say the BBCs.
The
But oh
Mandingo.
and
God,
look, and all of them ain't
The
BBCs.
BBCs. The
at all.
BBCs. That's fetishized.
But
What is
how
it?
many?
Allegedly.
How
Fetish?
many spouses?
Fetish?
How many
B-
spouses do you actually know that will actually go against their other half, knowing that they're working in law enforcement?
Say it
No, I
again
don't
now.
know.
How many of the spouses that you know that would actually go against their other half that works in law enforcement? A lot of them.
It's like I said, that's when your moral standards come into play. What were
Right.
you raised to believe? You get what I'm saying? Like, if you have an individual that's a partner that's a fucked up individual, let's just be clear. Like, it's probably like a 50-50 chance that, okay, they was a fucked up, you just ignore that red flag because everything else may outweigh that one flaw, or you're
And
just a
kept it
fucked up.
moving.
You get what I'm saying? Or you're a fucked up
Yeah.
individual yourself.
But
And
also money talks in situations too. Some people may not be accustomed to the lifestyle this person is giving them, so they won't say nothing.
look, if it's over 5 years, bitch, you could get alimony.
But it may not be over 5 years. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. It's a weird situation to be in. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? That kind of goes into the unspoken rule thing where as
Yes,
black
that's what we was
people,
on. I was trying to
yeah.
listen. I'm gonna tell y'all. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what the fuck we was talking about before we got off into this.
We got onto the rules of
Okay, so it was the
we s-
unspoken rule. Okay, back to
yes,
yes,
unspoken
we're
rule.
we're
yes.
speaking about a bunch of different things. I mean, that's the point of a fucking podcast. We speaking on shit.
I
But
know, but I had got. I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
Oh, that's why you over there just afloat with just one.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
what
just
the
all up
fuck
in
is we
space.
talking about? We was talking about the unspoken rules. Okay.
But
Yes.
the thing is, with black families, for those of you who are not black, we have to speak to our children. My lights just went the fuck
It
off.
did.
It
I'm
They
We
really
have to
did.
keep
we have
going.
to speak to our children about how to handle ourselves when we are dealing with law enforcement, because for us it's
Mm-hmm.
different. Like, we can't do the same thing that our white counterparts do. We can't talk
right.
back. We and I know a lot of people, they say, you got to know your rights, and it's like, yeah, some of us know our rights, but
But it's
it's
not
it's,
enough.
it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it, for those of y'all, like I said, for those of y'all that don't know, we have to tell our children the same thing that like y'all were saying. Keep your hands out your pockets, keep your hands on the steering
Mm-hmm.
wheel, keep your voice low.
That's what I was gonna say real
Don't
quick,
raise your
brother.
voice.
But
Mhm.
that it goes further than just we have to talk to our children about how to conduct themselves with law enforcement. It's just how to conduct yourself with the motherfucking public, period. Because
Yeah,
you can find yourself in a compromising situation over the littlest things, and you're really just minding your business, or you really just living your life, and then now you're in a fucked up situation. So
And
it's
that's
not
another
just
thing
law
too.
enforcement, it's the public in general.
Right. And that's another thing too. Okay, say a black person who's successful. Okay. Now you move into a suburban neighborhood with it's
Mm-hmm.
mostly white people. Now it's like, do I abide by their rules and their standards? Or do I live how I normally would live? You know what I'm saying? On a daily basis, how I'm comfortable living. Like, yes, I am a successful person. I'm entitled to do what I want to do because this is my house. I moved to the neighborhood, but I don't do anything different. But now I got all these neighbors who are white people, and they're used to everything being certain ways. Now as a black person, I moved to your neighborhood. And y'all look at me as a threat, and I've done nothing to y'all. I'm just living the way I normally live. Do I
Well,
abide by y'all rules?
that
well,
it's
it
a
depends. It
because
depends on
you
what the
got the
rules are.
HOA, because
Right.
you got
So
the
it depends
HOA.
on what kind of community you have. Like Jarrell said, you have the HOA, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
as well as, let's say, in a non-racial type of way. Let's just
Right.
throw race out the window, right?
Mhm.
What are you so used to doing that I have to be concerned about? Because whatever you do, you about to cause my property value to go down. And if you cause my property value to go down, I have more of an issue with that. Because when it's time to resell, these motherfuckers gonna look at my neighbor and be like, you know what? No, I don't think I want to be there. So if your norm is to park your cars in the grass, not
Mm-hmm.
keep your landscaping up to par, run your house, whatever the case may be, I don't want you in my shit. I don't want you in my
Right.
community. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? But now my property value went from 500,000 to a quarter. You get what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about that real quick. Since you
Right.
since you brought up property value, let's
Oh,
talk about it.
I'm back.
What about the you back, brother? What about the times that the property value seems to go down just because you're Black?
Right.
You've done nothing just
Nothing
because
wrong.
you moved into this neighborhood. Now all of a sudden the property value is going down.
That
Now
is a
Sell,
good
sell, sell.
question.
But
you
that's
said
what I
what?
was saying.
Sell, sell, sell.
Girl,
Why your shit is still.
But
Jarrell,
that's
how
what
do
I
you
was
Jarrell,
saying.
you know what I'm talking about because
No,
this
I
this
get what
is
you're
happening.
saying.
Yeah, this is I want to get his opinion because this has happened over and over again. We have seen history about this, how it's been problems with Black families moving into this neighborhood. Now you got
They've done nothing wrong.
20 homes in the fucking neighborhood, and just because one Black family, move into the neighborhood, they're a stand-up family, they middle class and all the other
They
good,
earned their success.
white picket fence and all the dog running around, all the good shit. But for some reason, they have a problem because they feel like the property value is going to go down because they moved in.
Right. That's
Well,
what I was going with. That's what I was
historically
going with.
speaking, I mean, my bad, Z, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's what I was speaking.
Oh, but historically speaking, back in the day, they actually wouldn't even allow Black people to not only buy homes within the white communities, they wouldn't allow them to buy homes, period. And there's
Mm-hmm.
actually videos out there where it's actually a video. I wish I had it, but there was a video of this older couple where they were talking about how they were in this neighborhood and they saw this house and they loved the house. They wanted this house, but they wouldn't let them buy it. They wouldn't let them get a loan. They wouldn't let them fill out the application. Like they could not buy that house. So a lot of these white people, it's not that they feel that the value is going to go down on their homes. They just feel like the value of what they want to present is going to
Mm-hmm.
go down. So I think that's the issue. I don't think they worried about the property value because I think whatever their
And then
property is going to sell for is going to sell for that. But with a Black
and
person
then
here,
then also they wanted to take a resource from the Black community because
yeah,
we was talking about that as well. So this is another way that they can snatch a resource. What better way to snatch a resource from a Black community than to not allow them to buy a home, which could possibly create generational wealth?
That is true.
Snatch,
Yes.
they snatch that right
Yes.
from up your nose.
For no reason.
at all. And they still kind
Wow.
of, in a sense, are still doing that. In a sense, I mean, it's a little bit harder to kind of do that now, but they're
It's part
still
of the job.
doing it. A lot of the times they are. I think that's probably why they got the whole credit score bullshit because they know when it comes to us, our credit scores aren't really going to be that great
Right.
because we never had the resources when it comes to money. So being
Right.
that we don't have the resources when it comes to money and it comes to credit, it's like our credit scores aren't always going to be that great. So we're just like, oh, your credit score is bad, so you're denied. So
Application
But it don't
denied.
even matter because at the
Application
end of the day,
denied.
it don't even matter because at the end of the day, if you are approved, they're still gonna try to throw something else to make it more harder for you.
interest,
Yes.
and then they gonna also make the monthly payments high as fuck.
Mm-hmm. And
Yes.
then you
So
have HOA, like you said, you got the HOA, you got the board on the HOA. They have their own, rules and regulations. Any fucking thing can get you thrown
And then,
out.
like I said the other day, you could be doing everything right, but you always, we as off color people, black, whatever you want to call it, we
We
have to
color.
off
we
white,
always have to
We
look over
we
our shoulder.
color.
Yes, we always have to look over our shoulder. No matter how much right we're doing, we have to always look over our shoulder because at the end of the day, guess who's watching? they're
Oh,
watching us.
yeah, the white people watching y'all.
They're
We
watching.
colors. We
Is
So you
it
colors.
see, we're gonna make
Johnny?
it fuck up.
He say we colors.
We
Yeah.
colors.
We colored
Oh
people.
my
Color.
God, we are colored folk.
We
We all
niggers.
we all color.
Oh
We
my God.
niggers.
Oh my God.
You know, so my point is, no matter what we
I
do,
got
they always look at us. They always side eyeing us, like no matter what. So we always have to look over our shoulders, no matter what we're doing. Always, and
That's
that's
the thing.
uncomfortable for us.
That's why we, when I was saying that we as Black people, we have to speak to our children, and it's because a lot of people don't know that Black people have a fear when their children leave the house, not because they fear
Mm-mm.
of them being taken or their fear of whatever. They fear just because of the color of their skin, and they know that they
Yeah,
are going to be treated differently in
different.
society than other people. So it's like that fear when they leave the house. It's like, damn, they're gone. I'm not going to be there to protect them if something were to happen.
Especially a black male.
AJ,
Especially a black male.
AJ, this is my question to you in regards to what Jarrell has said. Have you had that conversation with Trey?
Yes, I have.
What was his outlook on it? Because sometimes this generation, well, before all, I don't even want to say this generation because I consider this generation to be a very woke generation.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes kids just don't see the seriousness
Yeah,
of it.
I feel grateful because Trey is very aware
Mhm.
of the current and past climate of humanity as a
Right.
whole period. So he knows things, but it even with that as a parent, it still doesn't make it any
Any
less
less
any less
stressful.
anxiety, and
Yeah.
that brings a lot of anxiety to you. And I don't know. I'm still working through the shit because I worry all the fucking time. It can just be any little thing, but
And
I
see,
think
that's the thing.
for him, I think he's doing pretty good, and he understands that you are black, and for some reason that can be the only thing that is needed for you to leave this earth.
That
Right.
puts a
You
red
don't have
dot
to
on
have
your head.
any other. You
And
don't
see,
have to
that's the
have
thing.
any other reason.
That's
Go
the
ahead.
thing, though. It's like we can teach our kids all day long, but we're never gonna stop worrying because at the end of the day, guess what? We worry about our own self when we walk out the door.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never gonna it's gonna be a constant thing. We can teach our kids day in day and day and out.
Yeah,
This and that.
and
But at the same
that
time,
kind of
we
goes.
worry about ourselves as well as adults.
Yeah,
For all
but
the
that
slow
kind of goes.
motherfuckers out there, Trey is AJ's son. For all you slow motherfuckers out there that
They
may not
they
have
they
caught on
figured
to
out,
that.
but that kind of goes to back to our last podcast of depression and suicide and anxiety, because there is a certain aspect as a parent that you constantly you're living in constant worry.
Yes.
Like, that's why I tell people sometimes, don't misconstrue my words, but parenthood, it ain't all what it's cracked up to be, because you are in constant worry. You in constant worry all the time, worried about whether you're gonna get that call or something gonna happen, or somebody gonna call you with some fuck shit that happen. You in constant worry. And I think, go ahead, brother.
My bad. So with that being said, I want to ask the two parents on the show, do y'all agree with schools teaching critical race theory?
Well, real quick, let me correct you. We got 3 parents on the panel because
I'm sorry.
Z
I'm sorry, everyone. Z is
but
I'm sorry. 3
critical race
parents.
theory, I think all that is necessary.
Yep.
I don't understand why none of that stuff is being taught anyway.
Well, sure,
And
sir. Gonna talk to us.
I really don't see it being taught, to tell you the truth. No time soon.
I'm gonna be honest. Don't I
I
won't
don't
say I
see it
don't
being
agree with it. I don't see why we're pressuring the school system that hides our history anyway to all of a sudden decide that they want to teach it. So I feel like as
taught.
Black people, we need to set up our own programs to teach our our kids and our people our history the right way. And
I agree with that.
that way we're not limited to just hearing about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Madam C.J. Walker, because it's like they limit us to the people that we're taught about.
Right.
So we just need to start having our own programs, our
I
own
agree.
after school, whatever the case may be, to where we can not only teach the children the history, but teach the adults as well. Because a lot of the shit that
Mhm.
the Black people are learning nowadays is through fucking TikTok.
But you know what? That goes into a deeper conversation that we spoke on before in regards to, us as a race and segregation. Because hey, people, I'm for it. So
Me too.
I just want to make that clear. Like,
Me
definitely,
too.
I'm for segregation as
It's
well as for
elaborate,
equality,
elaborate,
equality, equality, equality.
elaborate,
And
elaborate.
okay, allow me. Okay, me elaborating is this. Okay, we have two schools: a school for blacks, a school for white. Well, not even two schools: blacks, whites, Chinese, Hispanics. I don't give a damn, bitch. But blacks, I want us to have our school. What I also want is the same arithmetic that they teaching these motherfucking Indians, because I don't even want whites. I want the damn Indians and I want Chinese. I want their math, okay?
Right.
I want their math, okay? I want their science, and I want whatever education that they have to be applied to those that are mine. You get what I'm saying? I don't want, back in the day, they fought for it. They fought for equality. I'm for equality, absolutely. Or they fought to share schools and everything. What I want is the same text that these higher ups, the private schools are having, these schools that are deemed A schools to be given
Mm-hmm.
to those schools that are deemed to be F schools, and that F
D
schools to
schools, yeah.
those
Right.
schools that are being placed in the minority environment. You get what I'm saying? So what I want is segregation. Give me us, or whatever the case may be. And, keep your keep your hands off of what we got going on, disciplinary, our money, our banks, housing, employment, or whatever the case may be. Give me us.
However, have the access to the same resources.
That's where I says the
Right.
That's what
equality
she was
come into
saying.
play. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just
Equality come
want
into
to
play. You get what I'm
say
saying?
that line. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
want the same opportunities that's been given to them to be given to us. I want, like you said, the same resources. I want it for my own. You get what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
same programs, same scholarships. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't say, oh, but you guys have a scholarship, for being Indian or Native American. Or okay,
Mm-hmm.
they earned that. They was
They
here
Right.
did.
first. You get
They
what I'm
were.
saying? This they shit. Y'all came and took over. Y'all brought us with you. Bitch, we ain't even asked for a ride on the boat.
Mm-mm.
But see, that goes to, for me, it's like, okay, what's being taught differently when it comes to public schools and private schools?
A lot. And
Are
I
So
can
you
yeah.
I
serious?
can I can speak on that real quick because I grew up in public schools, but both of my brothers had private school. So one of the differences is just the quality of
Right.
education.
I'm
Not
saying
even
for
that.
people that I know, for people I
You can
know.
go, but let me finish. You can go even deeper. The food, it's so much difference in a public school and a private school. The nutrition. So you
Yeah.
getting a more well-rounded individual in a private school as opposed to
A
A
public
public.
school.
a public
The
school. And then going forward, how it looks on your college application, you're moving into your future, set you up for scholarships. It's a whole different realm when you're in private school. Jonina, you with us still?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know why everybody looked froze on my side. Everybody was
My
like,
But
my
we stay
internet,
still.
yeah, my bad. My internet did just go out though.
we
Jarrell,
wasn't.
what you did?
My internet went out. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, we
Oh,
back.
So this is part 3.
Shit, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I
We
might
Yeah,
have
just
to
that
do
we
this
just
too.
still
one just
talking
stopped.
as friends,
That
whatever.
one stopped.
But it was $1,000 a month for him to go to private school.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I know that because my brother and my sister went to private school, and I'm like, it was expensive. And they went to we call it I was at Jehovah's Witness. It wasn't Jehovah's Witness. It was Sabbath, 7-day Adventist, 7-day Adventist.
7 Day
Mm.
Adventist.
Yes.
They kind of like the Jehovah Witness.
And I was thrown into it every time I would go visit my dad side. And I'm like,
Re-
I'm like,
Can I ask Jarrell a question?
mhm.
Yeah.
What's in your coffee cup?
You interrupted my
Um,
conversation with that.
It just happened. It just happened so fast.
19 Crimes, Cali Rose. The same thing I was drinking in the last podcast.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm gonna do a shot on that note. Yeah.
I
Cheers,
love
man.
you guys.
I love y'all.
I love y'all too.
But
Yeah,
look at that.
So are we ending on this note?
We ended the last whenever it ended. How long was the last session?
Shit, I don't know.
So we're not. Let's keep talking.
It was we did good. I feel like we covered a lot tonight.
We did.
Look,
We did.
y'all.
But
I
it's
think
okay.
I think 10, 15 minutes in, I had them text Jarrell, can you please talk about all I do?
You said, can you please
Oh, that was
Take
you.
over? Yes. Oh, you don't have my number locked in, Jarrell. Oh,
What
I
you
never
said?
had it.
Hold on,
yes,
wait.
you
What
did.
you
I
said?
text you happy birthday. Hold on, AJ, because I'm about to read him. Okay, I've texted you happy birthday before, and when I text you happy birthday, you're supposed to save it.
Boo.
I thought I did. Wait, no, actually, I did. You gotta remember,
What
I
happened?
dealt
But
with
what
a
was
fire.
said?
No, because you
texted
gotta
him what
remember,
to
my
say.
van burned down, and I was having trouble
Oh,
getting
it
my
did. It
iPhone
did.
back.
Okay,
So
he's
a
defending.
lot of my stuff was lost because I
But
didn't
wait,
have my
you
information.
text him what tonight?
Huh?
You text him what tonight?
Take over. I don't like mediating. Is that the term?
You did good though.
I should have said moderate.
you
That's it,
did
moderate.
You did good though.
But you did
I
good.
wasn't gonna leave you hanging. Like
Yeah,
I just been, bitch.
I'm like, this ain't for me.
But no, I do have your
But you know, I'm
your
gonna jump
number. The
in too.
number that I have is
He going back to
561-888-2273.
That's a different number. That number been done for over a year. Okay, I don't text you already before. I don't sent you group messages and everything.
But she texted you tonight.
But that's not the number she texted me from.
Like
You
I
should-
said, I don't.
You know what? I'm actually glad.
No.
I'm actually glad that the number I read out was the wrong number because I just said that shit on.
You still right back and say, "What's this?"
Right.
But Joe Nene, you did good. You did good with the intro. It was cute.
You did.
You know, I get more practice with it.
But listen,
Yeah, we
you know,
gonna
feed
take
off each
turns.
other.
Yeah, we gonna take turns, and your turn gonna come back around again, girl.
And we feed off each other.
I feel like it's good.
We're never gonna let each other hang.
Of course not.
Cause you know I jump in, bitch. And
Me
go talk about some
too.
random ass shit. And Jarrell, he'll jump in too.
Yeah.
Who we jumping?
Listen, I
My bad.
love this
I was saving
dynamic.
the number.
I love what?
I said, who we jumping? We fighting somebody? Who we jumping?
No.
But I feel like we had a very productive night. I hope Jarrell got both parts.
Y'all know we still recording, right?
Yeah, I know.
We're not gonna keep the third part. This right here.
Yes, we are.
Please tell me
So
you
we
got
gotta have an exit.
We are.
You still have the two parts.
I'm gonna merge this shit together. So anybody who listening, just know if it cuts out at some point and you trying to figure out what the fuck happened, my internet went out. I'm hosting the Zoom session. The internet went out. They kept talking. When I came back in, they were still talking. And this is the third part.
As long as we got
y'all saying the third part, nigga, they don't know we recorded the other session before this.
When Z said that, I said, really?
I just caught on to that.
I said it because he said it.
Huh?
We were gonna throw this away. What I'm saying
first.
I just like, I'm like, really? I'm like, you know,
because I didn't think we was doing nothing with this part because we didn't do no intro to it.
No, AJ, Z said it on the last video.
Oh, I ain't saying on last video. I'm talking about this.
The third part.
No,
well,
I'm talking
the
about
secret's out, folks. We recorded 2 episodes tonight. It ain't gonna change shit. It's gonna get posted when it get posted.
As long as we got both of them, I'm good.
At the end of the motherfucking day, listen. Sometimes people have podcasts where they record back to motherfucking back, and we recording back to we all going to do what the fucking do. If y'all don't like
sick of him.
Well, Wendy record her Friday episode on Thursday. They have 2 episodes on Thursday. And they post the second one on Friday.
I'm not ashamed of
got 2 episodes tonight, bitch.
Listen,
did.
I'm not ashamed, bitch. Y'all gonna drop one episode tonight. One may drop next week. It is what it is. We'll be caught up for y'all.
God, he gets somebody.
All I want to say is Dr. Miami and Dr. Curve, I don't want to be a skinny hoe. I just want to reduce my stomach a little bit, okay?
I don't want none of that. I just want some veneers.
Look,
You want a
lift
body
the
like
fu-
CJ
lift,
Trainer.
look,
I want
lift the
Hollywood
fupa
style.
up. Lift the fupa up a little bit. They can still rest on a forehead, but I want to be able to see my cat just a little bit more. Okay, I can still see her. I just need to see it a little bit more. What you? Just a little bit more.
You want to
Stuck
look
out
down
a
and
little
be able to
bit.
see?
Un
Look,
poquito.
when
Un
I
poquito.
come to my appointment, there's a man. He's a like a twerk trainer out of Atlanta. His name's CJ something. That's the
CJ the
shape I
Trainer.
want.
CJ the
Yep.
twerker. What
So
the fuck?
something.
CJ the
That's the
Trainer.
We
shape I
don't. We,
want.
we not calling our
You
names.
want his shade?
We can
I
call out his
love
name.
his shape. I love
You shade
that.
don't give me the
We
shape.
already called
That's
names,
what
so
I'm
we
saying.
don't.
I don't want to be skinny. I love
No, I
his
know that, but I'm
I
saying
love
his
his
shape.
hip to
His
ass
shape don't give
ratio.
me admirable like that.
Look, I love his hip to ass ratio. Okay, like his
Look
stomach
at you.
out. Look, his stomach out, but it ain't low. You get what I mean? Have no churn, so it ain't
Girl, I
low. You get what I'm
guess.
saying?
Not a churn. Not
That's
a churn.
also the one. Look, that's also the one Jarrell was talking about with the black between his legs or something other. We
I sent it to Jarrell.
No,
I said,
I said,
look,
don't put that shit on me.
I sent it to him, and I said, look, that's a
Y'all petty.
I ain't trying to be funny, but he's a thick
no
guy, but I
listen.
love
You was I don't know what you was doing, but we was
I
really
was
talking about.
working.
And Jarrell, he didn't understand something about some cream or some shit.
He
I didn't
didn't
know
know
that
he didn't
people
know people
had blackness
in
in
on
between
their
their
inner
thighs.
thighs.
Yeah, I was there for that conversation.
Look, let me look down.
Oh
I
my
was
god!
there.
I have to show privately.
I said you didn't know that people they get black between their legs and under the arms
Or
and like
be
the neck.
ashy. Or be ashy.
No,
No,
it ain't about
anywhere
ash. It's
It's
though,
about
not
like
friction.
ashiness
skin,
though.
It's about
yes.
friction.
No, but I'm saying sometimes people be ashy in between in the thighs too. So,
Well,
I mean,
yeah, you can be ashy anywhere,
You
but
can
we
be
talk
ashy.
about how
You
you
can have
you can be black on the inside of the thighs
it's
and
yeah.
touching.
the arm.
Yeah,
Like,
Because
because
it's friction.
That's what they
yeah.
said,
hold on,
nigga.
Jonini, what you did with your
It's friction.
But see, y'all was saying that like I be just walking around and looking through people's thighs and shit. I don't
We
be
know
No,
that people be
no.
having black thighs.
I said it
I
as if how you don't know people have. You get what I'm saying? Like, look, he right there dancing. He's showing it to you right there.
He know what he got between his legs.
but see when
And
I
that ain't about
Jarrell-
him. It's about Jarrell. Jarrell not knowing. That's what this is about. That's why I showed the video. Like, look, he ain't doing nothing but twerking across the street, and you can see it. How
You
did
can
you
see
not
that black.
see this? Right? How did you all the
He-
shit that's
'cause he-
online?
Jarrell
How you
because when
not
he
know?
Everybody
when
with black
somebody
between
twerking, you're
their
not
thighs.
looking in between their thighs. You're looking
I
at the
look
Yes, you
ass.
at
That's what
are.
they
everything. I
looking at
look
their
at
toilet.
Yes, you are.
everything.
No, Jarrell, you cannot tell me anybody that's twerking with their legs that you don't see between their thighs. You
Look,
don't see.
I'm so
Oh.
petty. I'm so petty. I look in between the bitch ass cheeks, and then
Yeah.
like that's how petty I am. Cause you know sometimes when a bitch shake their ass,
Look at
it clap. So now I'm looking like, oh my god, like why
Now
she
I
did
have
that?
seen like where the
I'm looking
inside
to
of
see
the
people
ass
that camel
cheeks be a
toes and all
different
kind of
color.
shit.
You see what, Jarrell?
When the inside of the ass cheeks, it's like this brown. It's like
Right.
always a different color sometimes.
Especially with a
Right.
red bitch.
Right. That's why I say.
Yeah.
Remember, I said like the booty hole or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why people bleach their booty hole.
Yeah.
So it could
And
be
you got
the
people-
same color as they
Okay, so
And you got
see,
people, you got people
and
who
then-
got, and you got people who got their booty cheeks look shaved as fuck. But when you go
Yeah.
close to the hole, they got hair all up in there.
Now that's different.
That's
Now,
different.
see, look.
No.
It's the
Now,
same.
this brought us to the next thing because Jarrell was like, okay, well, if they have the black, is there a cream or is there a way that they can lighten it back up?
I'm so
I was
sick
like,
of
I've
him.
never known a bitch to be like, I got black between my legs. I want to lighten it up. They just said, fuck it.
They
and
just deal with it.
But there is a
'Cause he-
cream out there.
But
They just spelled it wrong. It's called brightening something, but if you look at the packaging, them dumb motherfuckers spelled brightening wrong because it's like BRIGHTENING. HTV or some shit like
But
And
that.
you
maybe
know
the
what that
maybe
shit
the
came? That
council.
shit came from across the water. Cause Jamaicans
Uh-huh.
bleach, Haitians bleach,
Yes, they
Africans
do.
bleach. You get what I'm saying?
I'm
All
glad
they
that Jarrell talking about, but there is a cream out there.
look, you guys. I put on my Facebook. I said I have a question to all those men and women that used to be BBWs. When you lost weight, were your inner thighs still dark from the friction of them rubbing together, or did it slowly go away? Dead ass. I want to know. So my cousin gave me eyes. I said, I'm serious. I have a friend and we were discussing this, and he legitimately wanted to know because he's smaller and didn't know a bit thighs went dark. I should have tapped your ass to the Jarrell.
You could
You
tag
really
me
put this
because I
on
want to
there?
see
I
the. I want to
did.
see the comments.
Look, a girl said turmeric scrub with light in that area.
Who?
And she said turmeric scrub because I heard the same thing. Like if you use turmeric and lemon juice,
Yeah.
and if you put it
Yeah.
under your arm, it will
It's lighting it
eventually
up.
lighten it. Yeah.
People put on their
Oh,
face too.
yeah. And then
That's
Burley
why
said Burley talking about it's still there, like it's still gonna be there.
it's still
It's retarded.
Look, and this one girl talking about I had to go look, but it's not dark.
Oh
She had
God.
she lost a lot of weight, but she don't count anyway because she darker damn self. She like your complexion, Jarrell.
See,
So would you even know?
I know when y'all were talking about it, I was looking in between my thighs,
Bitch, I'm
trying to
done.
see if
I'm done.
you know if it could get any darker.
I'm done. They
Jarrell,
weren't even big.
Jarrell, do
It
your
was-
about to say, Jarrell, do your thighs even touch?
That bitch
no,
don't fucking
Yeah,
touch.
I mean, if I were naked,
Don't touch.
if I were naked
But
right
not,
now,
not
I
all
would
big
clap
people
my
have that.
thighs right now.
It's not
I
all
would
Oh, you
big
clap
said
them.
it what now?
Mhm.
You said it
Not all
what?
big people have that, huh?
If I was naked right now, I would put the microphone down and let my thighs clap.
Hold on, what you say, Z? Not all big what?
Not all big people have that. It's some skinny people who have that too. It's free.
That's why
But
I asked. So like, dude,
that's why
like
she asked if
I
my
don't
thighs.
see, right,
Uh,
because I don't honestly see too many skinny people that they thighs touch. You get what I'm saying?
That's
It's
true.
like you may be a slim thick or whatever, but to say skinny people, you just got that
But I
gap in
know what
between
you're
their
talking
thighs.
about because I'm
You
telling you,
have.
this is a common thing with red bitches.
Yeah.
Cause bitch, my inner thighs, bitch, they doing something.
And me as a skinny person, I'm brown skin. My inside's a little darker.
Now I am a healthy girl these days, so
Oh
they
my
they doing something.
But
They
listen,
doing
me
something down there.
speaking on myself, my insides are a little darker, and I'm not that big.
No,
Yeah,
mine,
but they scrub though.
Yes,
mine's doing something different.
Exactly. They
Yes,
scrub.
they
it's not
doing
all
something a
all
little
big people.
different.
But
But
it's
Z,
not
Z,
all.
you're not skinny. Silence.
Ooh, the
ooh,
silence.
it got
Silence.
silent up in here. No.
I differ.
You beg a differ?
I'm bigger in my waist above.
I can't talk about him because I'm bigger than him. I'm bigger than Jarrell too.
My legs are a little thick, but
Every time
My-
I gain weight, it goes to my
Z.
chest, my ass, and my thighs.
My
But what
pussy
I'm
is
Z,
saying
you're
fat, dude.
skinnier than some people, but you're not
Jonini,
skinny. Huh?
my
Yeah.
pussy is fat
Yes.
these
but
days.
in my
You say
stature,
you're what?
My pussy is fat these days.
Right. That's all that
But-
matters.
but in my stature,
I got a lot going on. A lot going on over here.
but in my
Look.
stature, and my skin complexion, I
I'm
do
the
have
heaviest I ever
darker
been.
eyes.
Look, long as you can make the cat purr. That's
Well,
it.
yeah,
I need that. Look, give me that Earth the Cat ish. That Earth the Cat action.
My
My
Exactly.
Yeah.
my
Let's
food
see.
done got cold. I'm gonna still eat it though.
Hold on, how RuPaul did it? Oh my pussy.
Oh my
Right.
I'm not, but in all honesty, that didn't make sense. But yes, what I was
We
saying,
had a good show tonight. Give yourself some.
what I was saying is, like, to answer your question, Jonini, it's not all big people. Like, some skinny people do have like a little dark
We
in
were
it.
ending the show.
But that's why I said they
Yeah, because
slim
all I
thick.
got is 5% left on my phone. So I love y'all.
I love you too.
We had a
Love you
great show.
guys.
Good night, you guys. Who the fuck
Before
is-
we get out of here,
who the fuck
we
is rapper
want you
Lil
guys
Keed?
to follow us on social.
Hold on, wait.
media.
You
Wait,
finna post
what?
this? You finna post this?
Yes,
Yes,
he did.
nigga. I
Yes.
told you I'm gonna merge it with the last video. We
Yeah.
recorded. Now you're letting this shit know. I told you I was gonna merge it with the last video. That's why I made the disclaimer that if they hear a skip in the audio, I explain what happened.
I thought all that we just did was just amongst us.
But it's gonna be amongst a lot of other motherfuckers too.
All right.
Look, he's still recording, y'all.
I sure am. This shit ain't ended yet. Cause we gotta
Make
get
sure you
social
guys
media.
follow the For Shits and Giggles podcast. Follow us on all platforms for Shits and Giggles and all.
And follow our individual pages. Everybody say the individual pages.
My name likely to change, so do I really want to get my name?
Well, I'm BEE_Pinkney, PINKNEY. That's Instagram. That's TikTok. My name on Facebook. You'll find that on the other social media.
Jarrell.
My handle is actor ACTOR _Jarrell. That's JEREL _Smith. Your asses should know how to spell that. But also make sure you follow the podcast page at 4shits _and AND_giggles on Instagram. What the fuck is our Twitter?
Oh my
For
God.
Shits and Giggles. Listen, if you go to our Instagram and click in the bio, is it universe? Our universe. Everything is there.
Click the goddamn bio shit. It's gonna have all the information that
Everything
you
is
need
in the bio.
on Instagram.
Click in,
It's
go
gonna
to the
have everything.
Instagram for Shits and Giggles. Click on that link, and everything you'll find us on all that.
And it's Omniverse, people.
All that. Goodbye.
It's
Bye,
on
y'all.
universe.
Stop it. Yeah.
We're stopping.